Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening in the podcast. It is Tuesday, July 16, 2024. I wanted to come here and speak about this story. It's a very sad story, so I'm going to put a trigger warning right there in case you are sensible to the things that I'm going to speak about, but this is about somebody who died, okay? So I just wanted to give you the warning. Thank you so much everybody who is listening in the podcast and subscribing here on YouTube. And thank you to everybody who follows me on Spotify, okay? So I wanted to come here and speak about the death of this mom of a 44-year-old mother was beaten to death by her own son. And this happened, I believe, this week or late last week. But here's the thing though, we just learned, and I'm going to give you more details specifically. We just learned that her son had just been released from a mental health facility. This is how dangerous that is, okay? First of all, I always give it to families and to parents that have a child with special needs, and they raise their kid and they have to, to be there for them, and knowing that this person has a condition, right, that needs medication, that needs treatment, and when they keep, as they grow older, there's always that concern of safety. And I'm telling you, because I when I used to do church ministry for children, I had in my class a children that had a mental condition. I don't even, I don't know. I know what it is. I don't want to go in details. But I remember speaking with the mom, and saying, he's getting older. He's getting, he's gaining weight, getting older. And she was telling me how they were concerned for their safety, because when he will get angry, he's hitting everybody, including like his other siblings that were younger, right? So this is the story, guys, of Vianel Garcia, okay? She's a beautician. She has her own beauty salon in New York City, 44 years old, okay? Was killed by Miguel Dubar, her 22-year-old son. And this is the story. I'm going to give you the details, okay? A man is accused of shoving his mother to death in a Manhattan park. Had a history. He had a history of violence and was sent away for treatment just months before the brutal killing. So that could also create resentment in them. It's just, I know a lot of the times, I know this is a sensitive subject. I know a lot of the times coming to that decision as a family is heartbreaking. Some people that never experience anything like this, meaning to deal with to have a child with special needs, they don't understand unless they're going through it. So they think, oh yeah, they're just sending them away, this and the other. Is even to come to that decision is heartbreaking for the family. So he was sent away to a mental health facility to get treatment. He gets released, and then he kills his mom. This is how crazy that is, and it's heartbreaking for everybody, the family, and I'm sure they're going to investigate, what type of medication he was given, why was his condition upon being released, all of that information, okay? And it says here, it happened at the Riverside Parking embankment in Manhattan, and the mom, Vianel Garcia, was beaten with a stick and a rack after she landed at the bottom of the embankment, okay? So when the story first came out, they were saying a son killed his mom. Now we get more details, right? She actually, I guess there was some type of physical altercation. She fell, then he follows her to the bottom of the embankment and attacks her with a stick and some rocks, and then eventually takes her life. Miguel had problems. She was trying to help him like any other mother was trying to help her son. I'm not a doctor or anything, but he seemed to have mental health problem. People say something like a schizophrenia, but I really can say a neighbor said this to the press. She owned a salon in East Harlem. Okay, let me give more information here. he grew up here. He was a good kid, but around 18, right, as they get older, he became different. He got weird. Maybe he was taking medication at that age. I don't know. Say some of the neighbors are talking to the press. Um, the neighbor asked to remain anonymous. According to the neighbor, Garcia sent her disturbed son to the Dominican Republic for some form of treatment. Something went amiss, and he was shipped back to New York, where sources said he continued causing troubles. Okay. Last month, he was arrested for kicking another person in the head, and Duvall was apparently living at a men's shelter in Washington Heights at the time of the murder. It says here when he came back and he looked totally different. He cut his hair and he put on all his weight, on a lot of weight. And she said, "What happened to you? You went from 9 to day." And he said, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he was going to like hit her. This is the neighbor speaking. "I'm not messing with this guy again. You don't stop me and I won't stop you," and this and that. This is what she was saying. Another local said that Garcia had called the police on her son for this past month. While the murder was shocking, some told the reporters that it was not really surprising. When I was first told this morning, I told Garcia's mother, and then I found out it was her, and then I found out what happened. They were very, he was saying like, "Oh, wow." So they were like back and forth. Some of the neighbors kind of like were not surprised, and some were like, kind of like surprised to learn what happened, especially seeing this kid growing up in the neighborhood. Okay, some of them say, "I was in shock. I was had a loss for words." Okay, several blocks away, a shrine of candles and flowers were put outside by a nail beauty salon. This is the shop that she owned. The shop she had run for years, where she had built significant clientele. One regular customer broke down upon finding the shutter salon Monday after hearing the news. That's the thing, though. This lady, definitely you can tell that she was a person who was given to her calling, doing hair, having her own beauty salon. And I'm saying this because looking at some of her customers and the way they were speaking to the press, some of them were like just crying, right? And saying how much they're going to miss her and saying, "Oh, last week I was just there doing my hair and now she's gone." And, saying a lot of things. So this mom tried to help the son. I'm sure, like I said, when moms, a lot of the moms that have to deal with the son with with a condition like this, they try the best that they can, right? And until they no longer can do it, and a lot of them do that. So she tried to find him help in her native country of the Dominican Republic. She sent him over there, and then he probably was released, right? And now he's back, and it's so crazy how it was probably a shock for her to see that. A lot can happen. You're already in another country. But like I said, he might have had resentment. And, I don't want to dig too much into it, but it could be a resentment issue. Or maybe he was asking her for money. I mean, he was living in a shelter in Washington Heights when this happened. So it could have been something that he needed. Let me see if I can get more information here as I do this video for you guys. One thing I gotta say, you guys, is the reason why I wanted to come here and speak about this, to keep the family in your prayers. And the other thing too is that there's a GoFundMe created to help this family. I mean, she had her own beauty salon. I'm sure she was a breadwinner for her family. I'm not sure. I'm sure she has other children. So there's a GoFundMe. I'm going to put the link. So if you are led to donate. If not, pray for the family. Either way, prayer we can all pray for somebody who's in need right now. I'm sure this must have been, devastating. I mean, it's devastating to us who, I mean, at least to me, we don't even know them, right? And then you can only imagine the family doing this, going through this, and knowing now that their son, right, who has a mental condition, like what's going to happen to him now, right? What's going to happen to him? I told you, this is what I say to you guys all the time. Be right with the Lord, right? We get so concerned so much about so many other things, and your life can change at any moment, right? We only have, today, right? We only have the present time, and because we never know what can happen, so never put away getting right with the Lord, meaning accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. That is the main thing, right? Having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. It is so sad that this happened to this family, and to see that, the lady, she got killed, and it's not like she got killed by a stranger. She got killed by her own son. That's like an additional suffering to the heart for them, right? And it's so crazy how he came back from the Dominican Republic, and I know New York City right now has a lot of issues. You go in the subway, you perhaps you can get attacked by somebody who needs help. A lot of people, there's a lot of videos that we see that come out from people being attacked on the subway, and they're saying he was living in a shelter. So I think if he's coming from the Dominican Republic after being in a mental health facility over there, like he should have been, if he wasn't like ready to be discharged, he should have been in another place. And I'm sure that could have been some type of discussion that they might have had, right? This is just me speculating though. Let me see. Witnesses inside the park told police that a man pushed Vianel Garcia down the embankment, and this park is 165th Street, West 165th Street, River Drive, around 4 p.m. And this happened just this Sunday. I don't know if I said that already. As this past Sunday at 4 p.m., let's see. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. So he probably pushed her down and then followed her, like I said, and attacked her with stick and rocks. So I'm gonna leave the link, guys. Keep the family in your prayers, and I'm gonna leave the link for GoFundMe. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel, and thank you so much, everybody who's listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everyone. God bless.